It's Anna with the Flower Punk Kids, and yes, I'm wearing a onesie, and it's because it's really cold, so I have to cope somehow. Um, this week is Advice Week on our channel, and I initially was going to do a video on how to even. I was going to give my advice on that and give a lot of scenarios and stuff, but I changed my mind because lately I've noticed a lot of my friends that are depressed, and I thought maybe I could give my advice on how to deal with depression. So here goes. First off, I think one thing everybody needs to understand is depression isn't just like being sad all the time. Like I know, like okay, it is, but it isn't. Like you can be happy and be depressed. Like you can laugh and you can smile. You can find a joke that's funny. You can see your favorite person and get all happy inside. And you can be around a bunch of people and laugh there. But then, like depression, with that at the end of the day, for some reason, you're still sad. And it's just something that stays with you. So you can have like these happy moments where things, where things feel okay, but it's like for fleeting moments. And sometimes it may be longer than, moments, but for me, when I experience it at the end of the day, you're like still sad, and it can be for many different reasons. So that's the first thing I feel like people need to understand. You can be depressed, but be happy while you're depressed. Still have those happy moments and such. Um, Speaking of happiness, my main advice on dealing with depression is this is so cliche, but know that it's going to be okay. I know like things may seem like they're not going to be okay, but they really are, because you can you just anything can change in one day. And I think the main thing to help you realize that it is going to be okay is think back to your last moment or last day, or whenever you can remember you being completely happy. Like there was no sadness. Like at the end of the day, you weren't still sad. So if you can remember who you used to be and how happy you were, you just have to strive towards that and know that life's like this big Ferris wheel. Like it goes, you'll be at the bottom, and then you'll go up, and then you'll go down, and then you'll be at the bottom again. And that probably didn't make any sense, but yeah, you just gotta know that when you're on the bottom, you'll be back on top eventually again, and vice versa. So if there was a moment in your life that you were completely happy, maybe there were minor things, stress, things like that happens, but for the most part, you weren't depressed. Like there was no trace of depression in your life, and you didn't have all the problems or whatever that you're experiencing now. If you just think about that, and I think keeping that in mind, it should be not a pessimistic view as to what you used to be, but it should be an optimistic view of what you can be again. So, and if you just think of that moment and how much you miss that and how much you want that again, then you can work for it. I know that sounds crazy. Not really work for it, because, like, okay, so you would work for it, but you wouldn't, because depression is something that takes its own time. But at the same time, by working for it, I mean like keep living, bro. Just keep trucking on, stay strong, and keep your head up. And eventually, you will get back to who you used to be. And if you feel like you're not, then that you're not gonna get back to how you used to be, like, oh no, my life is terrible, it's never going to be the same again, then I would suggest trying to see the better in everything, because that can be very pessimistic, and that can cause a lot of negative thoughts and worsen your depression. So just try to think that no pain can last forever. And even if it can, it lessens over time. So, like, for example, if you lose somebody that you love, you may feel that pain forever. I don't know, you may see a sunset and, wish they were there. You may be living, you may do, like, going through your daily routine and something, like, just snaps and reminds you of that person, and you may feel that sadness again, of when you lost them. But, oh, my stepmom, wait, did she just put it? I think she was trying this. Anyways, sorry, but, yeah, like, it may come back every now and then, but for the most part, it's gonna be okay. The pain, it kind of just, like, you learn to cope with it, I guess. So yeah, pain doesn't last forever, and if it does, it will, I promise you, it will be easier over time, because I've had experience with that. Okay, I think the last thing I want to say about my advice on depression is music. I don't know if this works for everybody. Oh, and writing, but I don't know if this works for everybody. But for me, when I was struggling with stuff, and even now, I'm not depressed anymore, but even now, if I have, problems, music is my go-to friend, because a lot of the times I can find my voice in the music, maybe things that I'm not speaking that I feel is in the lyrics, And also with the writing, I write a lot of poetry, and sometimes just not even being poetic about it, just writing stuff down on paper and getting your feelings out there, then that can really help too. So music and writing. Also, I have to advertise for something really quick. Okay, so I'm supposed to advertise for this Spooky Woods place. So if you live near Greensboro, this would be for you. Doors open at 6 this Thursday. Admission is $18. The address is 5601 North Church Street, Greensboro, North Carolina, 27455. And my friend said the scariest attraction was the Awakening. So if you want to get really spooked out, then you should go check that out. And I think that's all I have. I hope my advice was helpful. If there's anything else you need advice on, we have 2 more videos coming up this week. Abigail and Hannah, they have to do a video. So maybe they could give advice on that. Or if there's just, we can randomly do more videos. If you guys need help with stuff, we're going to be there to help. So, yeah, just keep trucking on and know that it's going to be okay. And I'm here for you. And there's a whole bunch of people that's there for you. It may not seem like there is, but if you think about it, there's a lot of people that really empathize with people. I'm one of those people. I empathize with people greatly. And there's a whole community of people that's going through the same things you are probably, so you can find community with them and maybe watch out for each other. So, love you guys, and I will see you next time.